Okay, here we go. Welcome to our second flight with our new DJI Mini SE Drone. Yesterday's video showed that I have an incredible amount to learn about drones. The first thing I did today was I set the mode to cinematic rather than the standard P mode, which is the default mode. Cinematic is a slower mode, so the drone moves slower, it pans slower, and I'm hoping it will help avoid the dizzy, nausea, vertigo that you may have got from my first video yesterday. Ignore all of the clutter behind. We're in the middle of renovations, and this is just sort of where my computer's set up. So here you can see the panning, or the yaw, is better than yesterday. It still could be slower, but it kind of gives you an idea of where we are, where our house is in the middle of the forest in north central Alberta. That's beautiful Pigeon Lake that you see, a very large lake in north central Alberta. I think I said that already. So what I'm doing now is using the little wheel on the upper left of the drone. I've turned the gimbal down so it's pointing straight down, and that's me, the tiny little person with the shadow down there, manning the drone control from our backyard. And you can also turn the gimbal up all the way, or up a bit more, so that you are seeing more of the sky than you are of the ground. That's not useful for us today, although if that bird comes around, there is a bird, a swallow I think, that's not happy with the drone, and it's kind of worrisome for me as a new pilot. Maybe that's normal, but I'm worried that he is going to attack the drone. He's flown quite close a couple of times, and I'm not sure what to do about that, so I'll go to old YouTube and see if anyone has suggestions. But in the meantime, you can see things are a little smoother today. I think though that I will, for tomorrow's video, which will promise be the third video similar to this before I get really brave and start doing sort of swoops while I'm going forward and backwards. I'm going to set it tomorrow to P mode once I've sort of grabbed my panorama shots, because in cinematic mode it seemed to take a very long time to descend. We are at, there's that bird. We are at 50 meters today, and even though yesterday it felt like I was at 2,000 feet, obviously I was lower than I am today. So maybe tomorrow I'll be really brave and take it up to 100 meters and see what that feels like and looks like. But for today, that sort of 50 meters was my max. One thing that I realized while I was doing my descent was one of the things I have to do today is to get up on the roof and check to see that the mesh around the chimney flue is still on, because we ended up with a bat in the house last night. Anyways, that would mean a half-hour chore getting out the really big ladder and checking to see. But I have a drone now, and so just before I landed, I brought the drone up to roof height. I didn't seem to get as close as I wanted. It looked a lot closer than the drone actually was, and I'm not sure why that was, but I could see the mesh was intact, and so I don't have to get out the ladder and get up on the roof. So now I'm going to find a nice place to land. Again, my backyard. Weather's beautiful here today. Just a light breeze. If it was windy, or it's now windy outside, I can see, and so I'm glad I got my flight in when I could. So tomorrow will be day 3, much braver, much higher, and perhaps some more effects as I learn how to use my drone and make some interesting videos. So thank you, and I will see you tomorrow for day 3.